What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ASAP Automotive channel, and today we're doing another one of our little reviews. We had good folks at Super Clean send us some products, so we're going to be doing a little bit of testing on them today, so stay tuned. Okay guys, like I said, today we're doing another one of our little reviews here. So actually I had Super Clean actually reached out to me actually a few months ago now, but I wanted some time to actually use this product. I've used some of their stuff in the past, but I really wanted to use the stuff they sent me before I go saying, hey, yeah, they're great or whatever. But yeah, they hit me up, said, hey, we'd like to send you some product and get your honest review on it. They've not paid me anything other than just sending me this stuff. Gave me a nice hat. Still barely fits my big head, but that's not their fault. I have a big freaking head. Not much up there though. And they did send me a cool t-shirt, so I'm definitely gonna at least give them the time to give them an honest review. Great folks. I've talked to them on the phone a little bit, and really nice people. Like I said, I've used some of their products over the years, and I've always been happy with them and stuff. But they sent me the degreaser. They sent it in a spray, and in the squirt bottle here. And also their wheel cleaner in the squirt bottle as well. Now, I'll confess, this is actually the second one of these I bought because I've already killed one of these because I've really enjoyed it that much. And I've already about pretty much killed this bottle. So we normally use it during the day in the shop, and unfortunately we don't have our film crew here during the day a lot of times, so we've just been using it in that. But I can say I've definitely been happy with it. But we got a few examples here we're going to use on today to show you guys just how well this stuff works. I mean, I'd put it up against any other degreaser or anything like that, Engine Bright or whatever that I've used before. I think it's a great product. From what I've seen it in the different stores, I mean, you can get it about anywhere. Like anything, you can get about it on Amazon, you can get it at any Walmart or any parts store or whatever that, and it's really comparable. But what we're going to use today is I got a couple of greasy, nasty parts here that we've got in the shop. A wheel hub assembly. It's got a nice bit of crud and grime on it. Part of a CV shaft here we tore apart just to make it a little bit easier to deal with and go ahead and clean off. And we've actually got the motor that came out of the LS TJ project, the one I've had here on the shelf, waiting for a good donor TJ that has a blown motor. So any of you guys out there got one, hit me up. I can make my wife happy. But anyways, so today we're gonna follow their instructions. It's pretty simple. It's about like any cleaner. It tells you about test an inconspicuous area, because there's different types of coatings and finishes on stuff. You always want to be careful and make sure you don't damage your paint or anything valuable. Not so much that it's a bad product, it's just that, hey, different chemicals react differently. So like I said, pay attention, test it in a little area to make sure in case it has reaction. But once you're good there, go ahead and you want to spray it on your surface. Let it sit for a little while. You don't want to let it really dry, but let it sit and kind of soak in a little bit, really kind of get in there and do its job, and then come back and you pressure wash it off or whatever. Use a little bit of some stuff might take a little bit of brushing to it. Some harder built-on crud or whatever. But this stuff definitely works great. So what we're going to do is go ahead and first off, we're going to do some of the degreaser, and I got a vehicle here with some pretty dirty front wheels from brakes or whatever on it. So we're going to go ahead and use the wheel cleaner on to show just what it'll do. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm not afraid to get this stuff on my workbench. I mean, this is a real world testing. This ain't no pretty showcase or anything like that. They sent this stuff to us because they wanted real testing, and that's what we're doing. So this is my workbench, my work cart that I use all the time. So we're going to go ahead and let that stuff just sit and soak. Nice foaming action. I always like the stuff that foams. I just feel like it really just kind of gets in there and break stuff down rather than the stuff that'll just straight up run. Some of the gel stuff's nice on some of the stuff, but other times it'll leave like just kind of a sticky residue. It's more of a pain to get off than anything else. So now we're going to go ahead and spray the engine out. Back here where all the magic happens, it's a 4.0. If it ain't leaking oil, it ain't got oil in it. So we're going to go ahead and So I didn't want to spray all of it, but I wanted to spray certain areas to where you can kind of get a little bit of contrast, where you could see how dirty it was and how much it's cleaning. So right now it's about 8:30, a little after 8:30. We're gonna give it about 10 or 15 minutes to let it sit for a minute and let it do its magic, and we're gonna come back and hit it with a pressure washer and see what it does. So, all right, so now we've had it soaking for a few minutes. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take a little nylon bristle brush, just kind of knock some of the stuff loose. And you can already see this stuff's really coming loose really quick. And that was some pretty nasty CV axle grease on there, but I mean, it's taking it right loose. That's pretty cool. Like I said, I've gone through another bottle or so and about killed that second bottle that I actually went and bought myself because I was happy with it. And so yeah, you can see how much it really breaks it down. There's a lot of nasty stuff here. Granted, sometimes if it's really, really heavy, you might have to do a second coat or something, but it really does. Like, I'm really happy with it. So that's all with that one. Let's scrub this one. Let's see. See, that was a bunch of brake dust, crud built up and everything, and it just breaks it all nice and loose. So we'll do 2 little sides here and leave that one as a reference, just to see. This is an old part. It's actually a junk part. It's going to the scrap pile. So, but it makes for a good example. So I guess I could have probably done that on that one too. But now let's go take a look at this motor. And that one, we're just going to hit with straight water, see what it does, see what the difference does, see what a little bit of extra scrubbing will do. Okay, so this is the same motor you saw me spray earlier or whatever. It's just a few minutes later. Sorry for the lighting issue. It's a little dark out tonight, but we're trying to do a few things. So I've just sprayed this back section here just to see, you know, what it is. You can see it's already doing a pretty good job of breaking stuff loose. Anybody that knows about these 4.0s normally know they stay soaked in oil back here and stuff. So let's see how much just a little bit of straight water, you know, not even pressure washing or scrubbing or anything, what it'll do. Dang. So this is actually a Jasper reman engine. So I actually only got like 80,000 miles on it. But you can see, man, that's their typical color gray paint, and it's, you know, it took it right off. You can see here how nice the valve cover is clean. Like I said, this I didn't even scrub. So it actually took it down. You can actually see here all the built up. We're actually going to push this, I'm going to push it back in the shop so you guys get a better view. But I'm going to go ahead and wash off these other two while we're out here, so it'll make a mess in my shop, and we'll take a look at those. Okay, so now you can see a little bit better in the light. So this was a section, yeah, granted I scrubbed it and stuff, but I just left it. You can kind of see what it looked like a little bit. It was even worse than that. You can see, I mean, it took it right off. I mean, that's you know, that's nice and clean. Same thing here, you know, nice and clean. You've seen how that nasty and greasy that was. At this point, I don't even know if I even really needed to do any scrubbing, especially looking at this, how much it took off. Now, some of this stuff here that's built up and crudded up, I probably could have scrubbed a little bit and it broke right loose. But as much as it took all that off, you can see back here how much it cleaned up. Where we sprayed in there, it's all nice and clean now. And you can see here on the valve cover as well, you almost see right at the line where it sprayed, how it's all nasty right in here, and where it stops right there, how nice and clean that valve cover is right there. I mean, so yeah, I'd say I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, I've been using the spray version of it. Like I said, we've been using it on different things here, just trying it out, just get some real world experience. Like I said, I hadn't been able really had the time to film a lot of that stuff because we're go during the shop. We're short-handed. But yeah, either way, either the foam or the spray, either way works great. So one thing I haven't tried, and you guys are going to get to see here firsthand, is the actual wheel cleaner and see just how well it works. We had a customer's truck in here. This thing's actually got 380-something thousand miles on it. And the brakes are pretty, or the wheels are pretty dusted up from the brake dust. They had some organic pads on it for a while, which is typical. So we're going to go ahead and spray it on there and see. So what do we got? It says clean one wheel at a time, rinse thoroughly with cold water, coat wheel surface with super clean from 6 inches away, allow foaming to work for 30 seconds. For extremely dirty wheels, brush or scrub like we did the other stuff, and then rinse wheel, and then dry with a soft towel to prevent wet spots. So I guess we need to go ahead and rinse it with cold water first, so we're going to do that. We're going to back it out of the shop. So what I'm going to do is soak part of the wheel, and then we'll spray it down on that one side so we can kind of get a nice visual and see, you know, the difference from wheel. Granted, you can look from wheel to wheel, but at least this way to make it nice and easy for you guys. Go ahead and spray it down with a cleaner and we'll let her sit for a few seconds. Alright, we'll let it sit for a few seconds and see what it does. Right. So, we wet the whole wheel, but I've only sprayed this section here. And I did say for tougher stuff to go ahead and scrub it with a brush or whatever, but you can see what it does with just water. Okay, so the stuff definitely works, no doubt, but especially if you got brake dust like this, I would definitely recommend, you know, with a soft bristle brush or something like that, kind of scrub it in here. You could see the difference where I sprayed and actually cleaned or whatever. Now, I'm sure I can come in with a towel now and something and wipe all that down, but it definitely made a nice difference on the spokes. So only problem is now I got to clean the rest of the wheels for the customer because I can't send them back with one clean wheel, so that's a project for later. So. Okay, so actually while we were pulling it in, I went ahead and hit it with a towel here, but you can see just how easy that stuff wipes off now. So yeah, it cleans really nice, and yeah, I'd say I'm pretty impressed with it. I mean, it actually seems to work and breaks it right loose. Doesn't seem like it's streaking or anything like that, which is cool. This is not really the proper kind of towel to be doing this with. I'd rather use a microfiber, but and that's without any scrubbing or anything like that. I mean, it just wipes right off, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about it. You can see the difference here. So I guess I know what I'll be doing tomorrow when I get back to the shop is cleaning some wheels on the customer's truck, but I'm sure he'll be pretty happy. So but guys, I hope you enjoyed it. It's actually one of our first product reviews, really, I guess, besides some of the tools and stuff here. So I want to give a real shout out to Super Clean. Really appreciate them sending me the stuff and the cool hat and the t-shirt. It was really nice of them. Like I said, I'm not paid for this promotion at all. They just said, hey, we want to send you some product and get our honest review, and that's what we did. So but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend this stuff. Like I said, bang for the buck. It seems to work great. We'll definitely be using it more around the shop and buying some more of it. So remember, until next time, stop is not an option. Guys, also wanted to tell you, if you go to Super Clean's website, go to the top of their page, there's a little tab there where you can click on for a Super Clean deal. You can pull up and see where you can actually get or you can fill out for a 50% mail-in rebate on your next purchase. They got all the details and everything there, so don't forget to go ahead and take advantage of that while you're at it.